What's your soul saying? Oh.
Hi, my name is Martin Strmiska. I'm an underwater photographer and videographer. Our current location is Slanské Vrchy in eastern Slovakia, and what you see all around me are tunnels and shafts of Slovak opal mines. Obviously, opal gemstones were excavated from these underground spaces for centuries. Now, for me, underwater, this is the most beautiful overhead environment I've ever dove in. Unlike here in the dry parts, down there, the walls are covered in a mineral shield of all colors you can imagine. And not only that, the same minerals, the same material forms bizarre structures that hang down from the ceiling. Some look like stalactites, some look like needles, some look like birds' nests. We are filming a documentary here about the history of the mine, about its geological background, but most importantly about its incredibly interesting flooded parts. So in order to render quality colors in the foreground, I've been using a pair of Keldan lights on board, meaning attached to the camera. Obviously, these are not enough to light up our big scenes. So in order to manifest the space, we've been using multiple remotely controlled Keldan lights, which we distribute across our working space. This technique is essentially important to create proper depth and 3D effect. And this is where the practicality of Keldan light system meets its artistic dimension, because just as beautiful as these tunnels are for a skilled diver to see, as difficult they are for a videographer to capture. Imagine tunnels that are impossible to swim through without messing up the visibility for hours or for days. So how are you gonna shoot these places if they are one way only? The way we did it is we placed the lights on the tripod one day and came back for the actual execution the next day. But again, how are you gonna trigger the lights on if you can't access them, if the water between the object and the camera needs to stay crystal clear? The solution was using the Keldan remote system, which allowed us to operate the lights from distance and get the footage we wanted. With that said, we still wanted to add something at top of it, something that hasn't been done before, something that would emphasize the character of this place, something that would bring the audience closer to history and metaphorically remind of that typical feature of opal gemstones. And this was achieved by the effect of diming and lighting up itself. When a diver enters a tunnel nobody has been before, and the light behind him simultaneously goes on, the whole scene reminds of a true discovery. Opal gemstones are known for opalescence, a play of colors. Depending on the angle at which you look at them, they reflect different colors. So we thought a nice metaphor can be built up based on this effect. Using Keldan lights, we created visuals that come nicely together with our story. Visuals that wouldn't be possible otherwise. Thank you, Keldan, for helping us with these. Martin Strmiska from Slovak Opal Mines.
My eyes are wide open. I see you clear. My toes touch the same floor our world has been shaking on. Oh, what's your soul